All the Fords gathering together. XK150. A bit more sedate, a Rover P6 2000. Very nice too. Nice Spitfire Mark II. It's 1967, early 1967 on an E. Well, welcome to the channel. It's a slightly overcast morning here in cloudy Cheshire, and we are at Capesthorne Hall for the Classic Car Show, the first of two this year. It's a lovely Series 1 XJ. So I thought we'd nip over here and just have a look, see what's arriving. Probably half of the cars are already here, but there's still plenty pouring in, as you can see. I think it's Cheshire Jaguar Day as well, so I'm expecting to see lots of Sir William Lyons' finest. Mark 1 MX-5, just like our Chariot for today. Mark 5 Escort, E30. Lovely Pagoda Mercedes. Mark 3 Spitfire, fantastic. Merc, well, I forget which number that one is, the SLs. Noisy diesel. Don't like those. Mark II Cortina. Noisy Ford. This Pontiac Catalina we saw yesterday at, where were we at yesterday? I forget, Smallwood Rally. Should be a video up for that. The 2CV. The Crayford Cortina Mark II. TVR, taking it very easy over the speed humps. The unmistakable sound of a Citroen 2CV. And those BRM versions of the little Rovers. And the Riley Kestrel, the Riley version of the Austin and Morris 1100. It's on a Northern Irish plate, I think. Nice green Dolomite. I think we saw this one yesterday at Smallwood as well. Mark 1 rather, MR2. I'll get my teeth in. Passed one of those on the motorway coming over here today. And the VX220. Mark 2 Triumph Spitfire. It's very nice, I like that. X300 Daimler. Like I say, we'll be seeing plenty of Jaguars and Daimlers here today, I think. XR3i Cabriolet. This mighty Oldsmobile. What a car that is. Big Healy. Still pouring in, a mixture of paying public like us and the exhibitors. We should have booked the MX-5 in. We've seen several MX-5s going in already, so if I was a bit more organised. There's a Ford Orion. If I was a little bit more organised, I'd actually book into a few more of these shows, given that we're here anyway, but never mind. Scimitar, that's the SE6, V6. Having a healthy cooling system is essential when you go into some of these shows. I mean, the queues here aren't too bad, but some shows have pretty epic queues going in and getting out later on in the afternoon. So if you're going to bring your classic car to one of these meets, make sure it's got a good radiator and cooling system, topped up coolant and so on. Scimitar's got an electric fan. Late 80s Mercedes SLs. E30, XJ40, This is that supercharged Wolseley Hornet we've seen at Crew Heritage. It's got a Mercedes SLK supercharger under the bonnet of that one. Morning. Talking of getting a little bit warm in the traffic, there's a Moggy over there having a few problems, I think, just letting things cool off. Still they pour in. Like I say, any of these shows it's well worth getting in early.
Morning guys, little reference ticket taken over the
think it's just starting to rain. There's a nice pair of no-tech blue spot lamps on the front of this 64 Moggy Traveller. Very smart, I like that. Another immaculate E28. One Mark III Ford Cortina. That's a GXL, that's a posh one. Lovely little Humber Hawk. Well, what am I saying? Little? It's not exactly little, is it? Not sure. And here, Mark III Cortina Ute. I'm guessing this came in from Australia. It's a bit like a P100, but I'm guessing this is a... well, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm assuming it's an import. It's the only P100s I've ever seen are either the later Sierra-based ones or the ones based on the Mark V Cortina. I've never seen one with a Mark III Cortina front and that style of back.
Morning guys, a little reference ticket so you can have a look at your photograph. Have a great night.
Nice Mini Clubman.
That looks good, doesn't it? I like the wide arches, it looks like a Group 3 rally car.
He's got the hardtop on his TR6, and it probably makes a lot of sense today because it's still a little bit murky up there, so we could be in for some damp stuff before the day is through. It's got a Webasto roof on this hardtop, so it's a kind of a compromise between the full soft top and the hardtop. But for British weather, it's probably a good compromise. A TT, Future Classic. MG Midget 1500. And a smart E30. A P6 V8. It's the Estate, the FLM Panelcraft Estate version of the Rover P6. Not many of those around. A lovely V8 Burble. It's really nice to see that arriving. I've not seen it driving in before. I've only ever seen it parked up. Vauxhall Senator, another TT. Oh, we've got another Reliant Scimitar GTE. This is the SE5, or rather 5A. I think the SE5 that came before had a slightly different reverse light arrangement, but otherwise pretty much the same. An XK8, 4-litre V8. 124 Estate. I've had 4 of these, they're really nice cars. Last of the proper Mercs. I think we definitely should have booked our MX-5 in. very unusual 2CV. There's a little grey gem. This takes me back, an Austin A40 Somerset. A lovely original reg on it as well. The number plate pirates haven't got to this one, which is good to see because so many of these cars have been robbed of their original identities. And it's got a sunroof. That's quite unusual. Let's have a quick look on the roof. Sliding steel sunroof was available, I think, as an option on the Somersets, but most of them don't have that. That's quite nice. These have the 1200cc BMC engine, which was the forerunner of what became the B series. The B series went on into the Austin Cambridges, MGBs and so on. But the engine in the Somerset and the Devon before it is the sort of the forerunner, the predecessor to the B series. About to get flattened by something American.
Pull over there, mate.
Yeah. An MX-5. A Daimler here now, depending on the age, it's either a V8 250 or a 2.5 litre, same car, just they changed the name of them throughout production. P6 2000. There's a nice bit of Roots group here, Singer Vogue. There's a nice little Singer Coupe, early 1930s Singer Coupe. A nice little mini Clubman. A really fetching shade of 70s green. Just looks perfect on a car of that age. A multicolour SE6A Reliant Scimitar. Period Wolf Race alloys. There's a nice doggy in the back. Another modern Merc. I don't know why they'll... Yeah, the 124 Merc, that's a bit more like it. Classy car. EY, that's a North Wales registration. 911G, so that's been lifted off a 1968 car at some point. That's a private plate. XR2i. Mitsubishi Evo. Looks like a bit of a giggle. Sure the neighbours know when he goes out. Pair of Escort Cosworths. Mark II Fiesta. Someone doing revs over there. I think it'll be that Mitsubishi Evo. Something doesn't sound quite right with the Fiesta. I think it could be another casualty of sitting in queues to come in. We've got a Z3 with hardtop, and the hardtop's been blended in, I think. Oh no, it's not, it's just a close fit. Used to have one of those, a 2.8 wide body Z3, a lot of fun. The Saab 900, the saloon, based on the old Saab 99s. 900 Turbo, had one of those. The BMW, this is a fastback version of the 2002, the Touring. Nice period wheel trims. The mighty Dodge, a Victory 6. A few years later than mine, but not by many. 1928. This is a Vauxhall Royale Coupe, very similar to the Opel Monza. Some Burberry V8-ness. What's this here? Plymouth Fury, 1962. Have to stand back for the American cars just to get them in frame. It's a pretty wild looking car. Vauxhall Viva two-door estates. Well, they're all two-door, the estates. Quite a rare sight now. Some fruity looking wheels. A Triumph 1300 front wheel drive. It's not a Dolomite, and this is the 1300. Rover Metro. Fastback Mustang, 66. The lovely 65 E-Type fixed head. Lovely gunmetal grey, beautiful colour for one of those. Such an elegant car that is. It's a 4.2, so it's a sort of Series 1.5, I think that is. Mark II Golf, 5-door. Nissan S-Cargo. Bentley Mulsanne. Austin Princess. A lot of these cars are smelling a bit warm as they drive past now. That's quite neat. 1700 HL. I remember those well from the old British Leyland garage that used to be in Cheadle when I was growing up, Reeds of Cheadle. I used to regularly pop in there and relieve them of various car brochures, most of which I've still got actually. The Porsche 944. A very appropriate registration. I can hear another electric fan whirring away behind me. It's the X300 Jag, the 6-cylinder Jag here. Later cars had the V8. Volvo C70. A very revvy Mini over here. Straight cut gears in that one. 1966 Mark II Jaguar. Nice MGB with a hardtop. Rover 75 Estate. MGB GT V8. 3.5 litre Rover power. Drive TR6. Fuel injected, of course, 2.5 litres. Chevrolet. Still pouring in. Some modern Mercedes. Another little Mini, a classic Mini. Wouldn't be a classic car show without a Mini or two. Another one of the SL Mercs, the 107 series, I think these were. That's a 280 SL. So that'll be a 6-cylinder car. Some modern Fiat. Slightly later SL, the 129 these were, the R129 I think this was, this series. 80s, 90s sort of era. Triumph Spitfire 1500. Must be a fairly early 1500 because the Mark IVs were built shortly before that. Very similar car to the Mark IV, but this had the 1496cc version of the engine, whereas the one before, the Mark IV, had the 1296, but very similar car otherwise. Got a Triumph tuned twin exhaust on the back. Remember those? I had one of those fall off on my Spitfire outside the pub. Everyone was sat outside laughing. I won't live that down in a hurry. XK8, the XKRs have the extra grills in the top of the bonnet, so that's just a non-supercharged version. Lovely car, and these are turning up more and more now at classic car shows. And I was at Alton Park the other day for a test day, and there are quite a few race prepared XK8s popping up now, which I hadn't noticed before, so that's all jolly good. We've got a Yamaha Duo here. Sporty looking Audi Quattro, done up in the livery of the old works rally cars of the day. Mini Club and Estate. Nice wide wheels on it. And the old stick-on wood effect trims on the back doors and the sides. And the roof's been painted to match. And there's Zodiac. Wow. Mark III Zodiac Estate. Oh yeah, you could live in that. Wonderful little Mini there on the old Dunlop SP alloys. It's a 1967, early 1967 Morris Cooper Mark I, small backlight, small rear window. And the Mark I Fiesta, about 1982 or 3. One of those cars you'd see everywhere at one time. You used to often see them. I don't know if the tailgate's got dented or rusty, but you'd often see Mark 1 Fiestas back in the day with Mark 2 tailgates on them. Not quite sure why. They'd fit on, but they're a slightly different style. For some reason, that's my sort of abiding memory of Mark 1 Fiestas for some reason. That and matte black painted sills and front panel under the bumper. They'd always go rusty. A bit like on the Metros. You'd often see that panel under the bumper painted matte black. Right. Peugeot 205. They're going to need a bigger field at this rate. A Mark II Vitesse, 2 litre, Roadster Flex back end on it, so it didn't spit you off into a hedge if you sort of lifted off mid-corner. Not sure. And a console classic saloon, complete with period luggage on the roof. Fantastic roof rack. I'm a bit of a sucker for period motoring accessories. Very unusual looking Mini. Is it a Mini or something else with a Mini front? I do not know. Sounds like a Mini. Sierra Cosworth. Really smart Mini Mayfair. One of the many limited editions they did of Minis. Another one, K-Wrench, look at that, Mini Sprite. Looks like new. I have to watch myself here because they're starting to peel off earlier. XKs. Oh, the mayor's in town. I feel I should be doffing my hat. What a stunning car that, Bentley Continental. Be rude not to have a closer look. What's this Nissan Bluebird? Corvette. Stag. Is it running its original 3 litre Triumph V8? I think most of them probably are now. And the Rover 3.5 powered MGB GT V8, yeah. Very distinctive alloys on those. And the Moggy Traveller. It's like a nice usable car, very smart. Have to watch the wood on those because it's structural. A midget 1500 roof down the way it should be. XR2 Turbo, is it? I don't know. Is that russet brown, that MGB? Make a lovely burble, they do. RS2000. Volkswagen Jetta. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You okay? Hello. Cracking 105E. All the Fords gathering together. Oh, isn't that nice? Another V8 MGB. It's really filling up now the field. That's the SLC, which is a longer wheelbase fixed roof version.
What about this?
Not seen one of these for a really long time. A Fiat Uno Turbo. I like the registration. Not one but two. Good grief. And a third. Good heavens. Not sure there have been this many Uno Turbos together since they were in dealerships. You don't see one for ages, then four of them turn up. Look at this, the Morris Ital. It's a facelifted version of the old Morris Marina. Another electric fan whirring away, this time on a big Healy. Hope there are no casualties of the queues out on the main road. Sunbeam Alpine sounds very fruity indeed. It's a Series 4, the smaller back wings and fins. Mark II big bumper Golf GTI. What's that? An RX-7? Yeah. The Zephyr Estate, well the other one was a Zodiac, that's a Zephyr 6. Round wheel arch midget. And here we've got a Triumph Roadster. Is this the 1800 or the 2000? People who watch Bergerac will recognise these cars. KRO 711. What a beauty that is, late 40s. I've not seen any pre-war cars yet, I don't think, which is a real shame. They're still out there, but there's no one ever used them anymore. It's a real Bobby Dazzler. In the back there you've got the dicky seat, so you could fold up that rear panel, sit in the back there, and you've got lift up screens to sort of give a bit of a weather protection to the people who are unfortunate enough to have to sit in the back. Sometimes referred to as the mother-in-law seat. It's lovely, that is. We'll have a proper look at that when we walk up and down the lines of cars a bit later, I think. Another MX-5. Chrysler 300C, but behind that is this gorgeous Jowett. Boxer engine, 4-cylinder, made in Idle, Bradford in Yorkshire. The Jowett Jupiter. Wow. What a beautiful car that is. A Marina, quite a late Marina, 4-door. Scooterage, another SL, Citroen 2CV, this one with the rectangular headlamps, MGB, early 70s, Range Rover Classic, Burbley V8 of course. Now what's this? Whippet. Willis Overland Whippet. Very similar to a Dodge. Wooden wheels. Nova. Quite a few hot hatches and warm hatches here today. That's always good. Hidden door hinges. Wind up windows by this point. Speedwell badge on the back. We've got one of the E-Series Vauxhalls. I'm guessing this is a Vauxhall Cresta. The early ones of these were quite neat in so much as the bonnets were side opening and you could open them from either side. They were hinged both sides, it's quite clever. And the Armstrong Siddeley Sapphire. Another quality car from a manufacturer you don't often hear about nowadays. Another 129 MGB. There's another Vauxhall Cresta. These two always exhibit together. PCA 108, so North Wales registration. Just a riot of chrome and style, 1950s. Up on to GTE. This is a coupe version. They did a fastback as well. Just earn a little bit of extra pocket money back in the day cleaning a neighbour's Manta SR. A little bit older than this one, but same shape. I remember it well, cleaning the very fiddly alley wheels that it had on it. An American spec SL, bigger bumpers, very chunky bumpers on the front. Twin headlights either side, and again, another sign of an American market car. Chrome wheels, good heavens. That's there, yeah, lovely. Mark 1 Mexico. Just keep out of the way of this Cosy. Pontiac Transam. Is that kit? Another really clean Mark 1 MX-5. There's loads of these here. Maybe it's a good job I didn't book mine in. Well, mine isn't that shiny. Great 911 Targa. Proper 911 air cooled. None of this water cooled business. Of course, no issues with queuing up in hot traffic for one of these because there's nothing to boil. Echoes of Terry from Minder with this Mark II Capri. This is a 3-litre S. Very prone to going sideways if you give it a bit of welly on the corner. And another one. JPS style livery on that one. It's a lovely early Porsche here. Now, is this a 911 or a 912? It's a 1967 car. What an elegant little car that is. 912. That's a 4-cylinder car. Taking it very gingerly over the speed hump. As if you even need a speed hump here. PA Cresta or Velox behind it, sending them the off-road route. Got a Ginetta taking it very cautiously. Another Jowett Jupiter, wow. Used quite often competition in rallies back in the day. The Morris 1800. Morris Cooper S. Saab 99 Combi Coupe. EMS alley wheels. What's this Vauxhall? Is it a Viceroy perhaps? Not sure. It's a Royale. What's this Vauxhall Carlton? Transit Mark 1. Is there a bank job on? A 59 Caddy. Sunbeam Talbot pulling in there, 80 or a 90. And what's that camper behind it? What an amazing looking machine that is. Well, Harley will be happy, he likes his Skylines. Anyway, back to the camper. Got a Marcos. I think the Transit's too happy. Bit of fuel vaporising, I think. Stunning Mark II. Reminds me of the Curia Cos Blue that the C-Types ran in. Sunbeam Rapier. Just giving the Transit a push. Bit of off-roading for these later arrivals. That's P4. XK150. So that's the drop head coupe.
Have a great day, thank you very much.
XK120, a steel bodied car.
Have a great day, guys. Straight on down for us. That one's for you. Steady as you go down there. A little reference for a photo we're just taking. Straight on down for us. Yeah, still getting parked on down.
Is this another 912?
How are you guys? That one was good. Thank you. Straight on down for me.
Oh, they're still piling in. MGTF.
They're running out of room to put you off.
The Dodge Charger 500. Them Duke boys.
Okay, I'll send you the right down.
What do we have here then? Mighty Cadillac. The Biarritz. Convertible, wow. Got a Ford Thunderbird 1964. Just following his Oppo down the hill. Keep all the Americans together. Yay, another pre-war car. We got a little black Austin 7 Ruby. Late 1930s. A Series 2 Daimler, the XJ. Period Kent alley wheels. Well, they're still pouring in, so I think I'll go and wander back, and I'm going to see if I can find where my youthful assistants disappeared to. Now, if I'm not careful, this video is going to end up about 3 hours long, so some of the cars that I've already talked about as they came in I'll probably skip as I have a walk around. We'll just focus on the most interesting cars, i.e. cars that I think people watching this channel will be most interested in. Cars like this lovely little Austin 7 Ruby.